Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and now that the absolute financial behemoth, the MTG Universes Beyond Fallout set has been released, I bet everybody's in the same camp as me wondering, do the single values support the pre-order up to sale price of the product? Which, let's talk about that for a second. So it came out March 8th, and the general price I was seeing on eBay, which I think is the most realistic marketplace, for one sealed box of the collector's booster, English of course, was about like $390 to $410, generally above $400. The ones that were below tended to just be like somebody wanted to fire sale them on pre-order or something, or the day after release. So fast forward to now, it's been about 12 days. We're looking at $430 if you wanted one right now, so yikes. Now that's average. The cheapest I could see it is about $419, so somewhere between going nowhere and going up a tiny bit is what it did. That's pretty nuts, but I mean, they also obviously, with something like this, I predicted we're going to undership. I don't really have numbers on that because I don't really release that. But it works out to about 35 a pack. So can you get 35 out of a pack? Well, the EV calculation, forget it. Look at the breakdown of like what you can get and the percentages and try to go to the different charts and weigh them in. You'd be sitting in Excel for 2 hours and still not come up with the answer, because at the end of the day, you still don't know the exact distribution, which cards are printed twice on the sheet, if any, and that kind of factors. But looking at just the normal cards, okay, so no funny trim, serialized, nothing, none of that. We're looking at number one, and it's currently out of stock, being $18. It's an uncommon Nuka-Cola vending machine. The second most expensive is another uncommon Pip-Boy 3000 at, the last one was $18, this is $10. Also out of stock where I'm looking. Then we got Heroic Intervention, a reprint, all rare, but still, $8. Then we've got Radstorm, rare, $8. We got Lightning Greaves, which is of course a reprint. It's an uncommon, but still, $7.50. Skull Clamp, love that card, $6. Also an uncommon. Guardian Project, which is a rare, $6. Grim Reaper Sprint, that's a rare, that's $6. Nuclear Fallout, a rare, going for $5.50. Silver Shroud Costume, $5. Strongback, $4.50. Vats going $4.50. Those are both rares. Branching Evolution, $4. So this falls off quick. I mean, you got all those uncommons in there, but okay, they're in very high demand. And to be honest, I never even checked if every single card in the 4 commander decks can be found in the collector's boosters. I just kind of assumed they could, but it's possible that those quote-unquote uncommons are actually not found in the packs. And so, they're really, it's a one-of. It's singleton. They're all mythic. You know what I mean? Like, the rarity means nothing. I suspect that isn't true, but I'm just throwing that out there as a little conspiracy theory. But you're looking at Pitiless Plunder for $4, Rose Cutthroat Raider, $4, rare, Codsworth Handy Helper, rare, $4, Strength Bobblehead, $4, and that's the first bobblehead to even rank. We got $3.50 right after that, and it just falls off a cliff. I mean, if you get a $3.50 rare in a $35 pack, but there's 4.5, 5 and 1/8 rare slots, and then you got guaranteed foils, but then some are borderless and some are from a completely different set or whatever. Oh my god, what a mess. Okay, I checked because this one is drastically different than all the rest. You get 15 cards per pack. You get one traditional foil double-sided token, okay? Then you get 7 to 14 cards of rarity, rare or higher. And then up to 7 uncommon and up to 5 common and then 1 land. So it's actually a very unusual mix. So let's just say you get, I hate to even call it an average rare, but median versus mean versus average. You guys know how numbers work. Let's just call it $3, okay? Because that's probably about where the middle is. I'm sure there's a lot that are a quarter. I just don't feel like really doing math this late at night. So you get bare minimum 7. That's still $21. So we're kind of looking pretty good, and that's only normal trim cards. So let's go variants. We've got the borderless, really, really cool Fallout Vault Boy art for Wasteland, $35, and the vendor I'm looking at, 1 in stock. Nuka-Cola vending machine, the fancy trim, pretty much the same thing, $35, out of stock. Ravages of War, $30, fancy trim with, Vault Boy on it. These aren't even serialized. I don't even know what the serialized are going for, but I heard it's a pretty rare pull, so pretty negligible on the value. We got Soul Ring, $23, out of stocks, which probably means they're pretty accurate on the price. Vault Boy trim frame, showcase, whatever you want to call it, of Crucible of Worlds going for 19. We got Pip-Boy 3000, just extended art, $17. We got the fancy trim of Farewell for $15. We've got the old school Fallout frame for 15 for Walking Ballista. That's a pretty good card. Radstorm, those are going for about 13, currently out of stock, by the way. So if you pulled even just a couple of those, you're in the money, but like how many bad ones are there? Because there's 202 variants total. If we just go straight median, $1.50, secure the wastes. Extended art, I should say. So, I mean, if you get like one borderless, one old school, one extended, and then like some good foils, I'm thinking it would be pretty easy to clear $35. Now, this ain't no investment advice, okay? I cannot stress that enough. And I'm not just saying that for legal reasons. I mean, okay, pump the brakes. You go buy something, you got to pay to ship it. You got to take your time to open it, split it up, classify it, mark it as a buy list, get 60, 70%, sell it on eBay, get 70 to 75% after all things are said and done. Yeah, I don't think there's that kind of margin on this, but I think anybody who opened this in bulk or got it for like wholesale, I guess you would call it, like original from the distributor factory price, I think they're in the money pretty good. Would I buy it and crack it right now? Probably not. Unless I really wanted to keep the cards from it. I just wanted some cool art, put it in a binder, maybe trade, maybe swap out a couple, whatever, buy a couple collector's booster boxes and then try to pay for the commander decks with it. Something like that where you're kind of going to buy it anyway. I could see this maybe being some kind of offset. I don't know. The last one isn't a very good business model, but the variance on this because of the rarities is just going to absolutely kill you. That's the other thing. So like unless you're opening 10 boxes, or even then, boy, 100 boxes I would say is where it really starts to even out. So 100 boxes of BFZ we got, it was within plus or minus one of the number of masterpieces, aka Expedition lands, but two of them were $200 Eye of Ugins, and I think like two or three of them were like the lowest one worth like $20-$30. So there's still variance with it. It's like, do you get a really good serialized or do you get a bad serialized? Do you get none? It's that kind of thing where the amount of volume it would take is more than you could probably reasonably do. And I mean, at 400 and some bucks a box, just saying, maybe leave the opening to the vendors. So while I did follow up because I was purely curious, is it a good open? Is it a valuable set, or did it absolutely crash off a cliff? It looks like it's still floating, if not going up slightly. So if you got a pre-order there, I got news for you. Okay, whatever you sell at eBay, you're going to lose 12 to 18 to 21% depending upon your account status. So if you pre-ordered it for like $3.90 and you're selling it now for like $4.20, $30 is the margin. You actually just lost money on that. There's just no way to make money on these anymore other than like a good lottery pull, because it's all these are. But yeah, it didn't crash. It didn't absolutely spike. It's just kind of floating right there. And after almost 2 weeks, that's actually kind of impressive. Now, if anybody heard any whisperings about, some distributors saying, hey, some of these, a couple more of these are coming out. We're going to have a limited second run. The Wizards found some of them, wink, wink. Like they did with Eternal Masters, they totally didn't just sit on the exact same order the whole time. It totally was a second print run, and it just tanked the price. Another week would be about when I expect to hear about that. So if anybody gets any little tips like that, I'd love to hear about it, and I'm going to follow this price probably after a couple more weeks. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to find out that result, and I'll see you guys next time.